Tom here from Metalloud, and welcome to part 2 of the Underoath review series. This time we are looking at Cries of the Past. Underoath's first two albums don't really have a lot going for them, unfortunately. Both of them are really weak in comparison to the rest of their discography. Cries of the Past definitely improves things a little bit over Act of Depression. This is the introduction of a lot of the electronic work, which adds some atmosphere to some of the songs. A lot of the songs are way more manageable, most of them clocking in at, thankfully, under 10 minutes this time around. Really, most hitting around the 4 or 5 minute mark, which is still pretty long with these songs, but it doesn't feel out of control like it did on Act of Depression, where by the time you got to halfway through the song, you were a little bit bored and kind of tired and really looking for something else. Another thing that really helps here is the guitar work is drastically improved over Act of Depression. There's actually some pretty cool riffs on here that keep things interesting. There feels like there's a lot of branching out a little bit more. There's some guitar solos on here that actually feel a bit more ambitious, and the overall song structure as well doesn't feel quite as generic this time around. The drumming has also seen a bit of an improvement. There's a definite step up there on the drumming part here. The only part that really hasn't seen any kind of improvement is the vocal work on here, which, again, I don't think is necessarily that Dallas Taylor's voice is bad. I just feel that this is in the right range for him, and it comes off feeling a little bit weak here. The screaming just feels really harsh and hard to listen to, and kind of out of place. It doesn't feel right with the rest of the music, and a lot of it just simply doesn't work on here, and that's kind of the overall feel of this album. It tries a little bit more than Act of Depression. In a lot of ways it does improve. It is a bit more atmospheric. It is a little bit more groovy than the Act of Depression was, but it never really hits anything great. It really doesn't stand out or anything amongst, even when you're thinking back to the year this was released, 2000, and it's a competent album. It's not a bad album. Like I said, it is a step up over Act of Depression, which is kind of hard to listen to. Cries of the Past actually is an album that you can listen to, whether you're a fan of the band or not. If you like metal, if you like almost deathcore, feels like, which is a little bit weird considering they are a Christian band, especially at this point. But there is this kind of sense that they're reaching for something bigger, and this kind of sense that they have a lot of ambitions and lofty goals here in the way that they have improved themselves on this album. But unfortunately, it never really manifests itself into anything special on this album. Thank you so much for watching part 2 of the Underoath review series. Next time, we're going to be taking a look at the changing of times. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more.